Something like a movie, right? Yeah, I know everybody don't want to talk about it, but look, we gonna talk about it. One thing we gonna do, we gonna talk about it. Get the topic. Let's get into it. We already here.
Yo, welcome back to another edition of the Life Be Life and podcast. Back up on the scene, I'm your host, Tony D.
And I'm your host, D to the J, still in the building, boy, like I ain't never left. And it feels so good. Bro,
Indeed.
Man, you know we gotta talk today. So look, well, let me do this before we even get to going on some other stuff, man.
Please
Today, October 1st. Man, peep me out. In exactly 3 hours and 59 seconds, bro. It'll be October 2nd. The blessing in that is it's my anniversary, man. So I want to take just a split second and just send a shout out to my amazing, beautiful wife. Thank you for going on this journey with me, for believing in everything that I've ever said I wanted to do and putting me on the pedestal and saying I'm the greatest thing since sliced bread. Sentiments are exactly the same towards you. Couldn't even do what I'm doing without you, and I wouldn't want to do it with nobody else. So,
indeed,
hats off, man. Cheers to my beautiful wife. 5 years anniversary as of tomorrow, and looking forward to God to running it out, man. 1,000 more than things. So, that being said, what's up with your dude Tap Water? Lifers, as y'all have seen, man, we have expanded our journey into producing and production. We have an artist that we were attempting to sign, and tonight he was supposed to make his debut single. However, we're still waiting to hear from this dude. He's supposed to be in St. Louis. It's Tony Partner that set all this up. They supposed to be bring. Where's your dude? Where's Tap Water, man? What's going on? Talk to me.
First of all, man, let's start the show off on a good note. All right, you gotta make a sandwich. We're gonna talk about some good, some bad, and some good. So I refuse to start lifing off on a bad note. It is another one to do it Wednesday. I did want to give a shout out, you know what I'm saying, to you and the missus for your fifth, man. I was a day late, so I was shooting out texts earlier today. And it was like, it's tomorrow. I said, well, delete it. I'm just gonna resend tomorrow.
Yeah, you act like you weren't there. Yeah.
Right. I was there, man. So it's a beautiful thing, man. Black love is a beautiful thing. Love in general is a beautiful thing, but when you can see someone within your own community standing tall, making it happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hey,
it's like Al Green said. Hey, Al Green said, love. Man, you heard Al said it best, bro. So now, okay, so you wanted to clean up the vibes. You did that. You say all that to say what?
I got one more. So to my daughter Daisy, she actually flew in from Cali this past weekend. She came down to St. Louis to celebrate her 30th here, man. So she's actually still here. She leave Friday. So it was a blessing, man, just to be able to hang out with her, you know, and enjoy that time because, you know, the way life be doing this thing, you just don't know when that last time will be.
Always got to celebrate it, though. Yeah.
All right, man. So what you recorded them. You did the studio session. You was doing the mixing and mastering. You told me everything was cool.
He was there.
But you know me, man.
I drove to Georgia for your partner. We did that. I was in Georgia for that.
I hate chasing grown folks. And this is the thing that's ticking me off right now because we're both grown. We're supposed to be perfect. You know what? All right. So just so can't nobody say I ain't got receipts.
Prove me wrong.
Tap. What up, my boy? Hey, tonight's the night, my dude. I ain't heard from you, but I know everything is great, man. Hey, just be on, you know what I'm saying? The time we told you to be on, we're going to make this thing happen. Get at you later, fam.
Tap.
Hey, man, it's after 6:30. I haven't heard from you. Got D to the J breathing down my neck, man. I told him that you were en route. I'll vouch for you. Don't do me like this, man. Hey, do not do us like this. Call me. Come on, Tap, man. What's cracking? You is tweaking. Where are you, fam? Like, this is how you gonna leave us? This how you gonna leave us? All right, man. Call me. You haven't called, text, no email, carrier pigeon, nothing. Where are you? Call me.
So they're only the three that I had to get receipts on because
Okay.
When we got to call our people that's sitting behind them desks with them papers.
Man, all I know is while Tap is out there playing these little reindeer games, I have two other artists that are currently trying to, you know what I'm saying, truly be the first artist. So yeah, I guess another day, another time, we'll figure that out. So
yeah.
806, bro.
Before we jump in, really quick.
Yeah.
Y'all to notice something new real quick. So boom. If you watching, streaming, you know what I'm saying, now, here, forever, you know, like WWE, but show this to somebody. If you're watching it, be like, hey, scan this QR code in the top left-hand corner. It's going to take them to the website. We do have episodes posted on the website, community events, all that good stuff. So, hey, tell a friend to tell a friend, you know what I'm saying, that the party about to begin.
You heard me?
All right, Brody. What we got tonight, man?
Man, tonight's topic is what happened to the education system. And boy, when I tell you there's so much to digest, break down, chop down when it entangles that information. We got a special guest. We got a lot that we're going to cover. I don't want to take too much time, bro. 807, spin the block on them disclosures. And let's do what it do, man. You know what it is.
The views and opinions expressed on the Life Be Life and podcast are solely those of the artists, producers, guests, and hosts of the show. Any numbers, stats, or stated resources that are given, we do ask that you verify that information for yourself.
Yo, this is Ryan the Gamer, owner of the Snack Boys. You are now tapped into the Life Be Life and podcast.
They care about team too. Life be life, no cap.
Hey yo, life be lifing, so let's talk about it. Tune in now.
Man, if y'all haven't been tuned in to the Life Be Lifing podcast, y'all sleeping.
Back up on the scene, I mean.
Make sure y'all tap in on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock.
To hold my head high, I had to let go my pride. I had some worries and some fears, but then I left it to God. Cause honestly, I feel it coming, and I know it's my time. The ones that got all this, the ones that ain't got a pot. Imagine throwing a fit when you can be out that spot. You boys still touching on that stove, and mama said it was hot. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them. Mama, why they keep doubting me? Yeah, why they won't say they proud of me? Put blood, sweat, tears, my time to see I'm on where all that honesty. Been feeling like Schmurd. Boys of the trenches, man, lady trying to get back to poverty. Gotta lift up the kids and send them to school. The trenches can't keep raising prodigy. That's what the knowledge be. Coming together, we gotta do good for the kids. Losing our nieces and nephews to nieces and nephews. Ernie her trying making us men. Put down the guns and pick up some gloves and knuckle up, wobble like men. Tired of these fake thugs and fake drugs, only doing it for a trend. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them. I had a dream, I woke up as king. I'm about to go take me a march. Get ready, get set on your mark. Let's go, I'm taking a start. And all of my dreams got down on my knees. I had to go pray to the Lord. Protect me cause I'm one on one. They hate that I'm not one of them.
Once again, it's on.
I had you guessing, didn't I?
Man, the crazy thing is, man, shout out to Tay the Kid.
Yeah, big thanks.
But you know what? I'm still kind of feeling the way, man, because you know we were supposed to debut Homeboy, but look, neither here nor there. Once again, shout out to the beautiful wife. It was to get ready to celebrate 5 years tomorrow.
Indeed.
Beautiful thing. Shout out to God. So look, let's get this thing popping. Tonight's episode: what happened to the education system? So before we bring in our guests, we do have like a little clip that's gonna set the tone, you know what I'm saying, to this whole conversation, and kind of lay the foundation what made us even think about this route, right? As soon as we get that queued up, bro, you can do what you do, and let's let the lifers just kind of peep this and just see where we're gonna start.
Provide nurses, just not in every school.
Jordan Burrell is tracking what this means for the care of kids inside the district.
There are no nurses in the district today.
Taylor Kroom posted this video on social media after she went to her daughter's school within the Ferguson-Florissant School District. She was shocked when she says a staff member told her.
She also informed me they do not plan to have any nurses come next year.
Kroom says she has 2 children that attend school within the district, and when this video gained traction, the district issued a newsletter rebuting her claims.
She had to send kids home because one had an asthma attack. There was no one to give him his medication. So it wasn't just what she said, is actually what I saw.
First Alert 4 obtained this newsletter. It says, quote, the district will have school nurses next year, and there were never any plans to eliminate FFSD employed nurses. It says Ferguson-Florissant schools will have nurses at each school next year, and there was never a plan not to.
Since you say no nurse.
So,
yeah,
that bothers me for many reasons, because the first thing is I feel like that if I'm in protection of my kid at home, I know what's going on. You make me do all this foolishness before school starts, asthma action plans and medicines and doctors this and doctors that, and just so happen if something happens to my child, A, there's no nurse present, and B, somebody unqualified may be tending over my child. So, but go ahead and introduce, man. I'm gonna sit back.
Yeah, man. So, lifers, as y'all seen, man, that clip was just really shocking. But what better to just do than not only play the clip, but let's bring her on. So this is the young lady that you just seen that actually broke that news to a local news and was put out there. This is Miss Taylor. Miss Taylor, we welcome you to the Life Be Life and podcast. How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely. So we seen a little snippet that led into the story. Tell us your story. What happened? Talk about that clip.
So the clip was really just me getting it out there after I visited my daughter's school last year. And I basically walked in because she has a condition that actually causes her to pass out sporadically. So she requires to have water during school hours and be allowed to go to the restroom whenever, obviously, because you drink more water, you go to the restroom more. So she has special perimeters. So when I walked in, I guess you would say the secretary, she was like, yeah, just to let you know, we don't have no nurses today, and there's no nurses in the district. Very like sporadic, not prompted, not I didn't ask her, it just happened. And as I'm standing there waiting for my daughter to come get her water, you can just feel the busy in the office. It's kids coming from left and right asking for this. Can I do this? Can I, so you can kind of feel the uneasy of the day. And I was just like, what you mean there's no nurses? She was like, yeah, there's no nurses anywhere in the district. I guess they were on strike for that day. And she informed me like, and supposedly we won't have any nurses come next year, which as you saw, they rebuted them claims, but that's what was said to me So that's what I went off of. But it definitely was one of those, what happens? what comes next? If you don't have a nurse, then
What
what?
did they say though? So they're telling you right there on the spot, look, we don't have no nurses today. I don't care what school you pull up and that's crazy, because at the same grade level, I have children and I didn't get this information. So what did they tell you the plan was? Like, what we supposed to do?
So in that moment, there was no plan. What they sent out in the letter or email that they blasted us, it was that they're going to share nurses. So let's say Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, this school will have a nurse. Thursday, Friday, this school will have a nurse. That was what prompted to us. As of what's happening this year, I haven't been made aware of anything different. But that's kind of where my issue lies, is that we can get 1,000 phone calls. You can get 1,500 emails and about 1,700 text messages about the weather. But you can't tell me the day of, send me a blast email the day of that, hey, the nurses went on strike. If you would like to come get your kid in case of an emergency, we don't get none of that. I have to physically walk in the school to be notified of what's really going on. And not to say that you should not be an active parent. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you're able to tell me any other foolishness, but when it comes to matters that is serious in nature, because if my kid passes out and hits their head, I'm suing the school.
Right.
If that's just what it is, because I didn't know you didn't have a nurse available.
What school district?
It is the Ferguson Florissant district.
So Ferguson Florissant School District. And again, we ran the disclosure, lifers, but this is straight up public information that was on the news itself. So you know it's live and direct, right? But my question would be, so understand there's a situation where here's a mom, bro, that's saying her child has medical needs that could warrant a nurse, right? But what about all the years we was growing up wilding out, and I seen kids going to, you know what I'm saying, the nurse didn't have nothing to do with a medical condition. It was something that happened in that moment. So here's a school that I would say has every bit of, I don't know, I'm going to take the low end. Let's just say 300 kids, right? I'm going to take the low end for that particular school. 300 kids, there's not a nurse. You're trying to tell me the likelihood of nobody having a bloody nose, a sprain, a hurt back, a headache, vomiting, diarrhea, anything, right? I can sound like the Pepto commercial, the pink bottle, right? Why wasn't the school just closed? So, bro.
So to answer that will shock you. That will actually shock you, because I've actually been informed that they wanted the front secretary to be the one that would do any and all of that. So if the nurse is not available, that job passes on to someone in the office, a secretary, anybody. And they are also to be allowed to pass medication.
So now, okay, so there's no nurse. So then the backup plan is I'm gonna take the secretary and make her the nurse. So now who's answering the phones when the parents is calling to see if their child is okay because they're not responding? So who's answering and communicating to the parents or anything in the district, anything that we're trying to get accomplished?
And that's where my level of concern, because within that interview, they kind of asked me, I don't think it was show, but they asked me, like, what options do you have if not? If this all transpires and they have no nurses, what would be your backup plan? Because that's a serious question. And for most people, the district you live in is the district you got to go to school in, is the district you kind of stuck with. You know, and that's a sadness, because there really isn't an alternative besides parents leaving their jobs early or parents volunteering their time at the schools now, there will be no alternative. So that's a level of concern for all parents, not just parents with sick kids. That's a real question we got to kind of ask ourselves. How does this new, because I call it new, because this is not the educational system we all were brought up in. This is a new educational system that, what do you start to do in the likelihood of this is what you stuck with?
Yeah, bro.
So
how you feel?
So I'm very indifferent about that, and I feel like that is a sad excuse for the school district,
Very.
because if the math teacher gets sick, who shows up? A substitute.
Yeah.
If the secretary is not out, they gonna call pro staffing or something, temp agency, like, hey, we got a job for you for the day. They gonna show up.
Yeah.
So if indeed these duties are being passed on to the secretary, she needs to be first aid certified, CPR certified, and all that other good stuff. You know what I'm saying? And in most places, like when you go to the nurse's office, those certifications are posted. So now, if they're passing on that duty to the secretary, you're not putting that secretary at risk, because if she misdiagnoses or miss doses, you know what I'm saying, and someone's child gets severely injured or dies, you now put that person right smack in the middle of what Uncle Junior used to say, a big what lawsuit.
But
I'm
I
trying to
think,
figure out why there are no substitute nurses.
well, like I said, this is just from my understanding viewpoint, so I don't want to be taken literal on nothing.
Yes.
But from what I understand is, even your teachers, like, they sent us an email that now even some of the teachers aren't necessarily certified. So there's a huge discrepancy happening just within the educational system, period. They're short-staffed teachers. They're getting short-staffed substitutes because they need so many substitutes. I mean, even in my son's class, I think he said he has 26 to 28 kids in his class this year. And he has one teacher, and she's a brand new, spanking new teacher, fresh out of school. And to load, and I feel for her. Not that I don't think she's qualified. I actually really like her. But to be smack dab your first year with an overpopulated class. And I asked her, I said, well, do you have a teacher's assistant? And she's like, no, I just have a teacher that comes down every so often to help me fill in sometimes. So
AKA
she don't, you know
cover
how
her lunch
you,
break.
know,
AKA somebody just to cover her lunch break.
Basically, kind of. I think we're entering very scary times where the level of education across the board, because I done seen all the stuff that's happening out in the white schools too. Like, across the board, we really entering some crazy times.
Right. So
And
boom. Well, hold on. So hold on real quick. I wanna stay right there, and I want to kind of pivot a little bit, bro.
Okay.
While we still got it for a few minutes, because the school district she mentioned was really, really crucial. And so after these past few minutes, I got to thinking, and so ironically enough, within that same school district, and if I'm not mistaken, and she can correct me, even within the same school, that this situation that we're discussing in that clip on the news, the very same school that wanted to retract their statements after they said, and no nurses going forward, right? And then we also talked about how duties get delegated and passed down because everybody's trying to cover another spot, and there's going to end up exposing some people in the wrong positions, right? Now this starts to make more sense, because I asked you a question. I said, if the nurse isn't available, and she said then the secretary was supposed to back that up. And I said, well, now who's covering the secretary? So boom, what just happened about 2 weeks back? Here, there's a 42-year-old man who went to this school that we're currently talking about that retracted these statements, was able to sign out a 14-year-old girl, if I'm not mistaken, that was of zero relation to him, and also whom the girl's parents did not even know, and was allowed to exit the school. The police caught him, and again, this is all public information, so y'all can't hold Life Be Life a podcast and nothing. But they found her at his home playing video games, and again, if I'm not mistaken, under the influence of a spiked drink. So, Taylor, correct me, am I right or wrong with that?
So I got about maybe a smidge bit more information than you got. I was told that she was 13. So that 13, 14, either way, she should not have been released to someone who was not a parent. She was not old enough to say, I can go.
Correct.
So
we're not doing no Roberts around here.
Yeah, no, none of that. So yes, and strangely enough, I asked my daughter, did she know what happened or any details? Because again, this is her school district. And luckily she didn't know the little girl. But I want to stop there with that too, because I spoke on it on this topic as well on my Facebook. But my issue with it is people also tried to point the finger at the little girl, might have been fast, might have been grown, might have been anything. When it's the bare bottom line of it all is the school is responsible. Because again, the way y'all can send 15,000 text messages, 20,000 emails about a bunch of nonsense, you could have called that girl mama, daddy, sister, cousin, brother to ask, do she know this man? And even if she said, yeah, I know him, why her mama didn't know she left out of your custody?
Exactly.
After the father just dropped her off.
And it was like, I believe it was like 8, 9 in the morning. My daughter's school don't start till like 8 o'clock. So by 9, she shouldn't even be out of her first period. That's crazy to even think. And then to say that he put on an act of some crying. What some periods got to do with some safety?
But this is the thing. It makes more sense now when we revisit last year's story, because now what that means is when he went into the office, whoever greeted him wasn't the person that had the appropriate training and shouldn't have been speaking to whoever's coming through no way. Because any school that I've ever dealt with, and bro, I know because you got like 13 kids, so I know you dealt with this often. When you go to a school, most schools now you got to get buzzed in and you got to say who you is.
When I say
the main thing.
When I say now, at my son's school, my issue is at my son's school. I don't know if I haven't had to just randomly go up to. She's in a different building, basically same district, different building. I haven't had to go in there except outside of school hours. I haven't had to go during school hours. But at my son's school, you have to ring a doorbell. They have to look at you on camera. They have to let you in. They don't let you walk past the office. You have to go in the office and show ID if you are not listed as a person that can pick him up. And even so, you still supposed to have to show ID.
You got to, because they got to make certain you are who the paper says.
And like I tell my kids, and like I said on my website, I do on Facebook, I do believe that as parents, you have to put that level of fear in your kids of you don't go nowhere that I haven't instructed you before you left my site. That's my policy. When you walk out the door, I tell my kids, Granny, Grandpa, Daddy, Mommy is picking you up today. If you're doing anything different outside of your regular, that's my policy. I'm never gonna surprisingly send somebody to school unless I'm sick.
Unless it's an emergency.
Unless it's an emergency. If you did not hear me say you go with ABC today, you don't do no different. So if it's me and that school let somebody that I don't know take my kid that ain't even on this list, baby, that lawsuit gonna look like a mile long. Cause I'm gonna have extra problems.
It's gonna be my name on the school, bro. What you feeling like, man? Before we kind of slide to this break.
Yeah, let's go to the break. Let's pivot, man, so we can actually, dive into it, man. And I believe Taylor gonna be in the background.
Yeah. So let's do that. Tay, you got time to hang around? All right, bet. So we're gonna go to break. We're gonna slide you in the background. If we get some questions, things like that, specifically for you, we're gonna bring you back, let you answer those questions. Lifers, y'all streaming from wherever you are, feel free to throw some heat our way. Let us know what you want to know about what it pertains to this 830B, bro. Let's run a commercial. Pay these bills.
Yo, what up, lifers? It's your boy Tony D. You know, from the Life Be Life podcast. Get ready to prep for the show. 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The party begins. Do you have clean and original music? There go the email. Shoot it in to us. Do you have a story that you want to tell or you want to hear us dissect? Go ahead, send that joker in. Birthday shout-outs, anniversary shout-outs. How many times I got to tell you? Send it in. We invite you to come get your finger sticky tonight with the best duo since Wings and Ranch. All you gotta do is pull up. We go bring the napkins under conversation. By the way, no toilets are being used or harmed in the recording of this video. Catch us 8 p.m. Central Standard Time.
All right. And we're back in it, Brody.
And you know this. So boom. So look, man. So great conversation, man. So far, I'm really digging this topic. We're going to get a little bit, man. So what time is it, bro? 8:32? 8:32. And this is what we doing. Look who is attempting to join the chat. Go ahead, bro. Be entertained. I don't know what to say. Tap. What is it?
Hold on. Hey. Hello. Hey, what's up, baby boys? Hey, look.
What up?
I know.
Where are you?
I know. Listen. What I'm trying to tell y'all, first off, why y'all keep calling me? So we gonna listen. It's the tap. The tap always on. You understand me? Listen, I got a little situation about that debut release tonight. I'm gonna have to put a pin in it. Now,
ain't no pin.
I understand.
Come on, man.
I get that. Listen, delayed don't mean denied, baby boys. I got you. You understand? Listen, I got 3 bops in the car right now, tugging and pulling. Let me just get up out this little situation.
What situation? Listen, what is going on?
Yeah. These suckers, man, they own me. They own me. They trying to stack these charges on me like a roll of Oreos. You hear me? And that's for straight suckers. Say it with me. Suckers. All I'm gonna say to y'all is this. Listen. Tap gonna get up with y'all. Let me take care of the boppers. I'm gonna take care of them. Yo, I got y'all. Y'all my bosses. First record label.
You're not about to
obligations. Irresponsible. Yes. All that.
You are, because you're supposed to be our first. You know what?
Yeah. Hey, listen, got that. Let me do this. I'm gonna say this. Listen. If y'all phone ring in the middle of the night, be ready to come to Macon. You understand what I'm telling you? Come to Macon. I got papers. Y'all sucker MCs bring the bacon because it's like that. The tap is in the building. They already know what it is. Let me get up off this line because these boppers is, hey, y'all gonna make
why is he got sirens in the back? I know you lying to me, and he hung up. Well, lifers. Hey,
you know what?
Tap want to say he's a star, but at least he did finally call you back.
No more energy.
So he ain't making Georgia getting chased by one time.
No more energy.
You gotta love it, bro. Hey,
I'm ready at you.
I guess he's really a rapper. Anyway,
we good.
Back to the biz. So look, we talked a little bit earlier around this topic, man. What happened to the educational system? And we dealt with a specific story that dropped last year. Ironically enough, the same school, it just keeps fumbling, man. They fumble like dude Mitchell on the Colts right at the goal line. You just fumbling. Here they go again, the same school that let a non-family member, a non-known by the family at all member, take their child 13, 14 out of this school, and they're at his home where God knows what was going to take place. So I also want to kind of shift and pivot, man, kind of taking that along with it as we talk about things that's changed in the schools, bro. And we talk about what happened to the education system. I want to start with the level of professionalism that has changed in the schools. And what I mean by that is how teachers carry themselves back in the day versus now, how staff, principals, so on and so forth, carry themselves back in the day versus now. And I want to use as a reference, maybe about it's late in the last year, similar to when this nursing ordeal happened. It was a fairly younger male teacher who had junior high school girls taking his hair down in the classroom. Story gets exposed. Homie loses his job. Some are saying he's trying to do XYZ, but a lot of parents is feeling like, yo, if it was all, you know what I'm saying, of sincerity and from a good place, why you didn't reach out to the parents from Jump Street and say, hey, is it okay if your children do XYZ? I know they're trying to do hair. There was no communication with the parent. So you having daughters, I have a daughter. I know how I would feel, bro, if some dude, you know what I'm saying, some snot-nosed dude at school, a teacher, is letting my daughter take hair down and you're trying to mask it like, oh, you getting practice. So I want to kind of start there, bro, using that as a reference and talk about how professionalism on the school board and staff has changed. And if you feel like that's making a difference on where we are education-wise.
Well, I want to go back because before we even get to this point, root cause.
Yeah.
So I remember 80s, 90s. It was always, kids first. Education, education, education. That is what's going to thrive in society. Even as late as last week, man, I'm looking at CNN and, as we know, the government is shut down now. So if it's shut down for too long, that starts to affect certain things. Department of EDU, education was dismantled. There's a war in Congress right now that a bill can't get passed for education. And I'm like, how is that possible? So me just being the places that I've been, I've seen the things that I've saw. I feel like that in a sense, as it's like Juneteenth. Juneteenth became a national holiday, 5-6 years ago?
Mm-hmm.
4.
No, it was not. Matter of fact, last year was the first official year. Last year.
Well, no.
Yeah, I didn't have to use my personal time.
Years prior, I don't know where you've been.
We was off, but we had to take time. This was the first time they shut it down. So
But nonetheless, I feel like that America has always presented itself as this father, this knight, this hero on a white horse that always comes to save the day. You know what I'm saying? But as again, Juneteenth becomes recognized as now the past and the misdeeds of America has started to rear its head. Now, let me say this.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving my thoughts. I'm giving my facts. I'm not saying I'm no radical and finna go out. We having a conversation. So let me get that straight. Let me put that disclaimer in there real quick. But I feel like that America's image has taken a hit. And I feel like that since that image has taken a hit and more information has come out about the misdeeds, even in our neighborhoods, redlining homes, or the educational system, where now Black History Month, certain syllabuses and courses are being taken out of what's left of the educational system. Bro, I feel like America's being petty at the moment. Well, since y'all listening to the other side of the story, let the other side of the story fund your education. I could be very wrong about it, but that is how I feel because we know who runs the top of the hill. I'm going to say that and I'm going to keep it pushing.
Yeah.
So, as far as professionalism, average teacher's pay in the United States is $53,500, dog. $53,500. In Missouri alone, it's $50,900. That is the average median. I feel like, and give me 30 seconds and I'm back where you need me to be.
Yeah.
But I feel like that America should be taking better care of their teachers. These basketball players, football players, yeah, we love the sport, but millions of dollars being paid, millions of dollars on the shoe deal, millions of dollars for jersey sales, millions of dollars of endorsements. But that same basketball, football player or athlete at all, unless they're read by a parent, they had to learn how to read, write, sign those checks, add those bank accounts, and read that contract from a teacher.
Yeah.
So how is it that our teachers are going into their pockets for supplies? How is it that our teachers are going into their pockets for snacks? Now it brings us back around to that professionalism point. See, teaching ain't what it used to be. We used to have teachers that really cared about our children. Teachers were, a lot of teachers were more seasoned, and the ones that were not, they had a teacher's ed, especially just like what Taylor said earlier. Where's your aid? You need assistance. So I feel like now that a lot of teachers are not taking pride, a lot of educators are not taking pride in seeing our kids every day and teaching them. And then, when they get of certain ages, now they're preying on them. So it really makes me wonder, bro, like, if this is happening at a more alarming rate right now, and nobody's screaming, we need help, without that news report, who would have known what had happened? Exactly. If the mama would have spoke up about her daughter, who knew what would have happened?
Exactly.
So I believe professionalism is going along with the environment and the atmosphere. If I'm lying, I'm flying.
Yeah, I 1,000% agree. Even from the standpoint, bro, when we talk about how people react to certain things, that level of professionalism, the type of teacher, this, that, and the third. And so you mentioned their income. I'm going to take it a step further, bro. And so I'm under the persuasion, man, that teachers should be paid almost, if not more, than, let's say, a doctor. And before anybody out there in cyberspace gets all up in the fit, this is why I say that. So a doctor, true that, yeah, they going to save your life. They got to prescribe things to preserve it. You know what I'm saying? But how do you get to that point of adulthood where you need life-saving prescription if, as a child, you weren't taught the things that get you to that?
Something like a movie, right?